if the current density, J, is equal to 15 multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative 250 R times A sub Z amperes per square meter. Okay. Mr. Mamawag, solve this. Hindi. Minus 1. Okay. So, for us to really solve this problem, we must first find what? We must first find the formula first. We have all the copies of the presentation that we have. So you will be, you are allowed to browse the material. So again, find the current flowing. So we are concerned about the current. So in your formula here, your current, your I is equal to the integral of J dot ds. Am I right? Tama ba? Am I right? This is the formula for the current. Specifically the current. No. So, am I right? Nakita po ba to? Did you see this on the presentation? Somewhere in the presentation, I is equal to the integral of J dot ds. Wala.
Yes po.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you sa sumagot. Sino sumagot?
Bulaklak po.
Sino?
Sir, bulaklak.
Bulaklak. Okay. +1. Short quiz 3. Sige. I, integral of J dot ds. No. So, the next thing that you're going to do here, is to find the ds. Kasi because the J, which is the current density, is already given. 15 multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative 250 R. Okay? So your ds for cylindrical conductor, specifically, it is a cylinder. So if you're going to recall, the differential surface for the cylinder is equal to R, okay, which is represented by your radius, d phi, okay, dr, okay, dr dot az, okay, a sub z. So this is your differential surface in terms of cylinder, okay, r d phi times dr dot times a sub z, okay. So now let us substitute here. Specifically, we are given the integral of j dot ds, but in reality, you will going to, since this is a given cross-section, okay, we all know that cross-section pertains to the area, okay? It pertains to the area where the cross-section, where it pertains to the area is, you know that if it is area, you need to double integrate it. Okay? Just like what we have discussed on before the midterm lesson. If it is in the form of area, you need to integrate it twice. If it is in the form of length, once. If it is in the form of volume, thrice. Okay? So it is the double integral of J dot ds. Okay? Now, you're going to substitute the J and the ds. Okay? So it is equal to the I, or your current, times the double integral of your J, which is equivalent to 15, multiplied by 1 minus E raised to negative 250 R, multiplied by AZ, or wala na yung AZ. We would not include the A sub Z, because this is the only thing that matters. This is the value of your current density. The next thing that we're going to do is to dot this in ds, which is represented by R, okay, d phi dr. Okay. Again, we will no longer include az because again, az.az, you have az right here and az right here, it will be cancelled. Ano? So this is the first part. Now, let us determine the limits of the following. Let us integrate the, let us what do you call this? Let us define the limit first of our following integrals. You know that it is a cylindrical conductor. So it means that your upper limit and your lower limit is by radius itself and by the whole rotation, if you're going to remember. Okay? But we are given the radius, which is 4 millimeters. So the first limit can be what? Again, 4 millimeters. No, your radius is equal to 4 millimeters. If I will going to convert it into meters, this will be 0.004. Because again, we are in terms of meters, not millimeters. Okay? This is in terms of meters, not in millimeters. So this is the radius. So what we can do in the radius? You all know that in the cylindrical coordinate system, the limits of for radius, guys, if you're going to remember, is from 0 up to a certain radius in cylinder. Okay, if you will going to remember it. Okay, recall. So from 0 to r. Again, we have no positive. We have positive radius. We do not have negative radius. So that is why 0 to a certain point of a radius, which is r, which is in this case 0.004 meter. So if I will going to substitute this, then it will be the first limit natin in our integral is from 0 to 0.004. Okay? That is the limit. Okay? That is the limit. Next one is the second limit is to the d phi. Okay? In phi. You know that in terms of phi, the limits is from 0 up to 2 pi. Okay? If you will going to recall, this is the limit. Okay? And then, if you're going to have the theta itself, no, z is ano pala. Because it is a cylinder, it's not, it is not a spherical coordinate. It is just cylinder. So, z is just the same. Okay? So, technically, this is the limit. Okay? Again, if you're going to recall, this is the limit for the cylinder. From 0 to a certain point when it comes to radius, and from phi, we have 0 from to 2 pi. 2 pi because it will rotate whole, which is equivalent to 360 degrees. Okay? That is why it is 2 pi. Can you guys follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this will be their second limit will be 0 up to 2 pi. Okay. Now this will be 0 up to 2 pi. Now, next thing that we're going to do, you can now just evaluate this. You can just evaluate this in terms of this one. But if I will going to evaluate this integral, then I can since this is 0 to 2 pi, and it is in terms of d phi, I can write this. If you are agree, it is equal to first I can just exclude the 15 because it is just a constant. So 15 multiplied by the integral from 0 to 2 pi of d phi. Okay? And then it is multiplied by the integral of 1 minus e raised to negative 250r. Okay? Sorry. 250r. Okay? Then r dr. From 0 to 0.004. Agree that that is what we're going to do.
Yes po.
Yes po.
Okay. So now kindly compute it, guys. What is the what is the ano? What is the answer? Kindly compute it, guys. I will call somebody, no? Sige. Let us call somebody from the class. That is why we have some interaction. So that we have some interactions now. Okay, for number 1, what is the answer, sige. No, Miss Orense. What is the answer for... Ay, wala nga pala si Orense. Hindi, nandito si Orense. Okay. Miss Orense is here. Miss Orense, are you here?
Yes, sir. Wait lang po.
Okay, sige. Makikitry nga akong solve so that meron ka ding plus in the upcoming short quiz 3. Guys, sir, does this problem will appear in long quiz number 3 part 2? More probably. Ano? In this type of problems will appear in your part 2 of your long quiz number 3. Remember that your part 2 in your long quiz number 3 is pure computations. So, computations from Gauss's law, electric potential, electric flux, steady electric currents, and magnetostatics will be covered by the part 2. At the same time, some additional topics will be included because aside from magnetostatics, we will going to have another topic beside them, no? So, you can just raise it. Okay, let us try. Sige po.
Sir, factor out po ga po muna yung 2 pi.
Hindi, you can just Miss Orense.
Yung ano na po,
directly.
final?
Oo, yung final
Okay
na.
po.
Yung final na to. Multiply mo lang yan. 15 multiplied by integral of 0 to 2 pi. Tapos lagyan mo lang dito ng variable. Ay, hindi to variable. Like, ano lang siya. Constant number. Parang ganun. Dot. Tapos multiplied by integral ulit. 0 to 0.04. 1 minus e raised to negative 250x. Then, close parenthesis x. Ano? Parang ganun.
Sir, 0.49.
0.49. Okay, thanks for trying. Okay, thank you. 0.5 plus 0.5. Thank you for trying. How about the others? May nakuha ba? Guys, how about the others? Wala. Wala na makausap.
3.56 po times 10 raised to negative 4.
Yun. 3.56. Sino sumagot?
Atyansa po.
Yun. 3.56 times 10 raised to negative 4. But again, we are concerned amperes because it is current. But we are more concerned to make it in engineering notation. It is not in engineering notation, so we will going to have to just have our engineering notation. So this will be 356 approximately, because the exact answer is 355.52, but it is kinda close, so it is acceptable answer. It is an acceptable answer. 356 microamperes, because micro is times 10 raised to negative 6. So I just move 2 decimal places to the right, so I will make this negative 6, which is micro in scientific notation. Okay, so this will be your answer. 300 plus 1, Miss Atienza. This will be your answer. Okay, can you guys follow?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay. Let us next. Thank you. Okay, let us have another example. Given the vector current density J is equal to 10 rho squared Z, A sub rho minus 4 rho cosine squared phi A sub phi, meter milliamperes per square meter. Find the current density at point P, which is indicated by 330 degrees 2. And number 2, determine the total current flowing through the circular band where rho is equal to 3, 0 where your phi has 0, is greater than 0 but less than 2 pi, and your z is greater than or equal to 2 but less than or equal to 2.8. Okay? Now, again, we can have our, we can just evaluate. We can just evaluate number 1. Number 1 is pretty easy, guys. Okay? You will just going to evaluate the given. So for number 1, again, assume that this is a given, it is a given solution format. Again, it is assume always when you're answering problem solving, given solution format. But I will not going to include it in our problem because to save time in discussing. So for your number 1, you will just evaluate the given. Okay? So if you have your J is equal to 10 rho square Z A sub rho minus 4 rho cosine squared phi A sub phi, then you can just what? Remember, this is your rho, this is your what? This is your rho, this is your say, and this is your phi. You're going to remember that. So you can just evaluate. 10, your rho is 3 squared, your z is 2, okay, a rho minus your 4, your rho is 3 cosine squared of your phi is 30 degrees. Okay? And then you can just evaluate it. Okay? So, 3 squared is 9 times 10 is 90 times 2 is 180. This is 180 euro. It's 180 euro. Wait for a moment, guys. Now, this is 180 euro minus your 4 times 3 is 12, but your cosine 30 degrees, but this is squared. So kindly compute what is the value of your cosine squared 30 degrees of 30 degrees. What is the value of cosine squared of 30 degrees?
Three-fourth po.
Po?
3/4.
Very good. Sino sumagot?
Tolentino po.
Okay, plus 1. Okay, so this is 3/4. So 4 times 3 times 3/4. So what is 4 times 3? 12. Times 3/4. 12 times 3 is 36 divided by 4, 9. So 9 euro. So now, this is your answer. Okay? This is your answer, guys, already. This can be your answer na. You will just evaluate it. Just evaluate it. This is fine for me. This is okay with me. Next, number 2. Okay? So determine the total current flowing. Again, through the circular band. Again. So current, sir. Does this mean? Yes. Just like what we have done earlier in the previous problem. So your I is equal to, remember your classes, guys. I do not really take note of your classes. So remember to put it in your Pero siguraduhin honest Make sure you're honest in putting your plus. Baka maging minus pa yan. Okay? So your I is the double integral of what? It is the double integral of your whole current density. 10 rho squared Z A sub rho minus 4 rho cosine squared phi A phi. Okay? So again, after this is what? So you can just have from you have this row. Ano? The value of your row is 3. So you can just evaluate this, okay? You can just evaluate this, and after that we can just plug in the limits. So what are the limits? Again, from your fee, guys, ano? From your fee, you have 0 to 2 pi. Okay? And from your z, you have 2 to 2.8. It's already given in the problem. Okay? Now, sir, what is the ano? If I will have this, then I can just have substitute this, ano? But again, ba't may z? Tama naman. Okay? So, you can just have this. Okay? So, 10 times your row is equal to 3 naka-squared. It is evaluated in squared. Okay? So, let us just evaluate this whole expression by putting row is equal to 3. Okay? So, this will be just 3 squared is 3 squared is 9 ano? 3 squared is 9 times 10 is 90. Ano? So, this is equivalent to 90. Okay? 90 because 3 again, squared is 90. 9 times 10 is 90. I will be left with Z0. Ano? Z0. So, I can just rewrite this, guys, no? So, but sir, meron akong tanong. I have some question. What is it? What do you mean by, in your previous example, earlier, you have mentioned DS. Where is the DS right now? That is what I forgot. No. So, in order for us to get the DS in this circular band, in this circle, again, for your, for this, what we have done this. Okay. If it is given by R, D, phi, DR, AZ, then DS here in a circular band is this. Okay? So your DS in a circular band is equal to what? It is equal to Z. Specifically, it is equal to rho. Okay? D phi. Okay? DZ. Okay? And then, it is also equivalent to, 10 rho squared. Yes. Tama naman. Rho squared. Okay, tama. It is equivalent in the differential surface, rho, d phi, dz. Okay? So, you can just plug it in here. But, sir, I have also some questions. Okay? If this is the ds for the circular band, guys, this rho, d phi, dz, if I will going to remind you, this is also in the cylindrical coordinate system. This is the ds or the differential surface. No, remember when you are solving the differential surface, the differential length in long quiz number 2, it is included right there. You can just browse the computations or the indicators in that particular material. If I will going to remind you, this was already discussed. Remember, in finding the DL, the DS, and the volume parts. Okay? So, after that, you're going to have this. So, the DS is again rho d phi dz. So, after that, you will going to plug it in here in this equation. But, I have, to be fair, if you're going, we doesn't have any, you have this, if this is, sir, the differential surface, if this is the differential surface, the involved parameter is only the d phi and the dz alone. Diba? So, if the involved parameter is just the d phi and the dz alone, then there is no need for us to find what? And the row, there is no need for us to find, this is the d phi, yes, and this is the dz, the differential z. But again, we do not need to find the D fee. Why? Because in reality, you can just cancel it, the dot product. Ano? If you were going to dot this in your A row and in your A sub fee, ano, if you were going to remember that, then this part will be canceled out. Because A row or the differential fee multiplied or dotted by one of this component, the D fee will give you a 0. Remember in the dot product, in the dot product that we have discussed on the very first meeting. Okay? So that is why there is no need for me to really really compute for this. Okay? Again, why? Because in this case, the A sub fee, the A sub fee, when it is dotted into its perpendicular, then that will be canceled. If you are going to remember the loss of the dot product. Okay? So now, you will just have this. You will be just left with the arrow. Okay? So we can just have I can just rewrite the equation. Okay? So again, this is just the integral. Again, since the row is not it is not included na, I can just rewrite this from 2 again to 2.8. Okay? And this is 0 to 2 pi. Okay? Then 10 rho squared. Okay? Z A rho. Okay? Pero again, I will just hindi pala A rho, and then I will just plug it this because it is .ds, no? I will write this AI is equal to J dot ds so that it is reminded, Yan. Okay? Then rho squared Z multiplied by this one, so this will be rho again, and then it is d phi and dz. Okay? So now, if you're going to have this, you can just evaluate it directly. Okay? But again, you can rewrite the row in terms of 3. Okay? So if I will going to have this, you will be having 2 to 2.8. Then this will be 0 to 2 pi. Then this will be your 10 is what? Your 10 will be 10 rho squared is 90. No? Z, which is, hindi, your rho pa, another rho, 120. Why, sir? Your rho is 3. Your rho is 3, 3 squared, 9. 9 times 3, another 3, 27 para 27, times 10 is 270. 270, this is 270 Z d phi dz. Okay? Because again, your 10 multiplied by your rho squared is again 3. 3 squared is 9. You have another right here in the ds. So 9 times 3 is 27. Multiplied by 10 is 270. What you have left is z d phi dz. Okay? And then you can just evaluate this. You can just rewrite this as 270. Okay, 270 multiplied by the value for your z dz, is just from 2 to 2.8, 2 to 2.8 multiplied by from your fee is from 0 to 2 pi d phi. Okay, what is the answer, guys? Again, I excluded the 270 because it is already constant, no? What's your answer? Can you still hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Sige. What is your answer?
1357 ampere po.
135.
7 ampere.
1357 amperes. Okay. Mali yata yung answer ko nito ha. The answer key is wrong here. So, but this is the correct answer. Okay? So, 3.26 lang kasi dito nakalagay. Ano? Kinonsider niya kasi dito sa part na to. But again, ano, this is just here. So, 180 aero minus 9 AFE. Millimeter ampere per meter, milliampere per square meter. This is 1357A, ano? Not 3.26A. Next one. Already discussed this. Okay, dito na tayo sa part na to. Okay, example. A potential difference of 10 volts is maintained across the ends of a copper wire 2 meters in length. If the mean time between collision is 2.7 times 10 raised to negative 14 seconds, determine the drift velocity of the free electrons. Okay, what do we have? Okay, we have your voltage. This is equal to 10 volts. Okay, we also have your length, which is already in meters, 2 meters. You already given by the collision time, which is represented by the tau. Again, guys, if you will going to be back here, your T, you know, your T is your tau. Ano? Ito yun, no? Baka nakakalimutan nyo, no? You know, where T is the mean time per collision. This is why. Okay? So, this is your T, tau. Ano? So, your tau is 2.7 times 10 raised to negative 14. Okay? First, let us compute for the electric field. Ano? Let us first compute the electric field. So, your electric field, ano? Can be what? V over L. Ano? It is V over L. So, it is just equal to your V. What is your V? 10 volts all over your length is 2 meters. Sir, that is the typical po. Is this the typical formula in finding the electric field in the wire? Yes. Ano? 10 V divided by L. So, 10 divided by 2, it is equal to 5. Ano? 5. Now, let us compute for the drift velocity. Now, your drift velocity, ano? Your VD, it is equal to what? Let us recall, what is your VD? Your drift velocity is equal to negative mu E times E, where yung mu E natin, where the mu E is the electron mobility, which is equal to E sub E times tau over ME. So, I can just rewrite this in terms of this. If you just, so, we can rewrite this as E, wait lang. I can just substitute this, guys. Okay? I'm just substituting this. Tingnan natin. So, ET times E. Okay. So, that is E times the tau times the capital E all over the mass of electron. Okay? That is what we call for drift velocity. Again, you can base it up on the formula that are given. Now, sir, I do not know the mass of electron. Actually, the mass of electron is in your calculator. The mass of your electron is equal to, you can just look for the constant. But as far as I know, there is a mass in electron stored in your calculators. So the mass of your electron is equivalent to approximately 9.11 times 10 raised to negative 31 kilograms. Okay. And your E is for the emissivity, if I'm not mistaken. Your E is a constant 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19. Again, as far as I can remember, it is also in the calculator, but it is a constant number as well. Okay? So now you can just substitute it. You have all the given. So your drift velocity is equal to your E is 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19. Okay? Your tau is equivalent to 2.7 times 10 raised to negative 14. Your E is equivalent to 5. Okay? And your mass of electron is equivalent to 9.11 times 10 raised to negative 31. Okay? So, what is your answer? What is your drift velocity? What is your drift velocity?
Two point four times
0.0237.
Ano po?
0.0237.
Okay. 0.0237. Since this is a velocity, meters per second. Okay? Or, if I will go into write this and in engineering notation, I can just rewrite this as 23.7 millimeter per second. Okay? This is now your final answer. Can you guys follow po?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay. Thank you. So this is the it is 4.747 times 10 raised to negative 3, or again the average, the VD, what we solve, it is a cut problem, I think. That is why it is another, I have answered this 4.7, but the reality is 23.7, which is approximately equal to this, so we are correct. Next, solve natin ang solving to, guys, no? Okay, conductivity, resistance, the resistor and resistance, because we have another lesson mamaya. Pero maikli lang siya, guys. Don't worry. It is just a short lesson. So now, let us have this. Find the magnitude of the current density in a sample of silver for which your sigma is equal to 6.17 times 10 raised to 7. Okay? Siemens per meter. And your mu E, or your electron mobility, is equal to 0.0056 meters squared per volt seconds if the drift velocity is 1.5 micrometer per second. B, the electric field intensity is 1 millivolt per meter. C, the sample is a cube 2.5 millimeter on side having a voltage of 0.4 millivolts between opposite phases. And D, the sample is a cube 2.5 millimeter on a side carrying a total current of 0.5 amperes. Matay na. Daming hinahanap. But let us recap the Ohm's law. Because it is under the Ohm's law. So if you're going to remember, the point form of your Ohm's law is J is equal to your sigma multiplied by E, the electric field. Okay? Your drift velocity, let us relate some formula, is equal to mu E, your electron mobility, times E. Where again, so that in your E is equal to VD. From this equation, you can compute for VE times mu E. Okay? So, if this is the one, by relating these two equations, are you agreed that for J, it is equal to mu mu sigma times your E is again VD multiplied by UE. VD, or the diff velocity multiplied by mu E. Okay, that is the new formula that we got right here. So now, if I will going to have VD, for letter A, the drift velocity is 1.5. So what is find the magnitude of the current density, then I can just write J is equal to your C, sigma is 6.17 times 10 raised to 7, okay? And your V sub D is, your VD is equal to what? 1.5 micro, which is times 10 raised to negative 6 millimeters per second, all over what? Your mu is 0.0056 meter, pasensya na guys, volts per seconds, sorry. So this volts seconds. Okay, what is your answer in your letter A? Can you rewrite this? Can you solve, guys?
16526.785.
165 point.
Di ba? 16526.78.
16526. Wait lang. 16526.78.
Opo.
Okay. Amperes per square meter. Sino sumagot?
God bless po.
Okay. Plus 1. Short quiz 3. So 6. So it can be rewritten as well as, if I will just going to write this 1, 2, 3. So this will be 16.5 kilo amperes per square meter. Okay. Next, your letter B. No. Your letter B is the electric field intensity is 1 millivolts. So now, you can just rewrite this. You can just have this. So your J is equal to this one, your sigma is 6.17 times 10 raised to 7. I will have this formula because the E is given already. So E is what? Your E is 1 millivolts. 1 millivolts times 10 raised to negative 3. Okay. Then I will have, if I'm not mistaken, it is approximately 61.7 kilo ampere per square meter. Accumulate your pluses, guys, especially in your short quiz. Okay. Next, in letter C. Okay, your letter C, the sample is a cube of 2.5 millimeters. Okay, so now if you have given a sample cube, your 2.5 millimeters is actually the L, which is equivalent to 2.5 millimeters. Okay, so side having a voltage of 0.04 volts. So now, if you are going to find what? The electric field intensity, the electric field intensity. So again, your E is equal to what? V over L. Just like what we have formula. Your V here is your 0.4 times 10 raised to negative 3 volts. And your L here is 2.5 times 10 raised to negative 3 meters. What is your electric field?
0.016.
Okay. 0.016 or 0.16 yun?
0.16 lang po.
0.16. Okay? Volts per meter because it is the unit for field in the electric field. Now that you have the E, you can just now have J is equal to mu sigma times E. Okay? Then your sigma is again 6.17 times 10 raised to 7 multiplied by your 0.16, your multiplied by 0.16 because this is your electric field. Then, what is your electric field? Well, what is your current density?
97.6 kA over n squared po.
But it can be rewritten as, kung hindi nyo, masyado atang malaki ang sagot dito, tama? Medyo malaki ang sagot dito?
Opo.
Okay. But if I can rewrite this, it is 9.87 mega amperes per square meter. Tama ba? It is something like 9.87 na
Yes, po.
naka-mega siya.
Tama po.
Thank you, guys. So this is your first answer. Again, this is this is different ways of finding the current density using the point slope, using the point form of Ohm's law. This is your letter C. Now you have this letter D. Okay. Ang gagawin natin for letter D. In letter D, the cube side is 2.5 millimeters on the side carrying the total ampere of 0.5. So, anong ani natin dyan? So, if you can just remember in Ohm's law again, if you will just rewrite the formula, J is equal to I over A. Okay? Where your I is 0.5 amperes. And then your A is the area actually itself. No, hindi. Your A is, wait. Okay. Your A here is, if you're going to remember that the cross-sectional area, you will going to square. You're going to square the given, because this is the sample cube. Again, if you're basic concept of area, guys, if you're finding the area, you will multiply it twice because again the unit for area is squared. So for area, you can just rewrite 2.5 millimeters, so times 10 raised to negative 3 squared. Again, why do we square? Because we are given, or we need to find the area. It is just the length itself. So to find the area, you will going to square it. Okay? So it is approximately, correct me if I'm wrong, it is approximately 80 kiloamperes per square meter. Am I correct po?
Yes po. Yes po.
Then let us check our answer. Yes. 16.5 kiloamperes per square meter, 61.7 kiloamperes per square meter, 9.9 or 9.87 megaamperes per square meter, 80.0 or 80 kiloamperes per square meter. So kasi guys, we all got the answers. Correct. Okay? Again, more or less kasama to sa exam. This is included in your long quiz number 3. Part 2. Different ways of finding the current density. So remember these computations. I will modify them. Okay? Now we have this, resistance of a copper wire. It is just easy. Okay? So again, for the resistance, R pala. Okay, R over P rho LA. So your rho is, what is the resistivity? You know the resistivity of the copper. You should know the resistivity of the copper. The resistivity of the copper, guys, is 1.7. Sir, if this will appear in our problem solving, can you provide us the resistivity? No, I will not provide the resistivity, but I will going to be specific on what material is the one that you're going to solve, okay? So that you can just memorize the specific material in the specific resistivity of the specific material, okay? So you do not need to entirely memorize the whole resistivity table. I will just inform you guys, and I will update you on what material is involved in the problem solving, so that you can just memorize that specific resistivity, okay? So 1.7 times 10 raised to negative 8. Okay, that is your rho. Your L is equivalent to what? Your L is 40 millimeters square. No, your L is length is 200 kilometers, so which is approximately 200 times 10 raised to 3 because in terms of meter, and your area is already in squared, so that is why we have 40, okay, times 10 raised to negative 6. Why it is already negative 6? Because again, we squared it. We squared it. Cross-sectional area. So it is just the square of this. Okay? So you can just solve this. Can you solve, guys? What is the answer?
86 ohms.
87.
87 ba?
85.
85 po.
85.
5 po.
Oo, yun yung nasa PPT eh.
86
85 ohms. Sinalve nyo naman.
Opo.
Okay. 85 ohms. Okay. Next. Resistance of a nichrome wire. The radius of a 22 gauge nichrome wire is 0.32 millimeters. Okay. Calculate the resistance per unit length of this wire. If a potential difference of 10 volts is maintained across 1.0 meter length of this wire, what is the current in the wire? Oh, let us first have this A. Your A is resistance. So R pala. R is equal to pala. Rho L over A. So your R is equal to your rho. The resistivity of your rho is 1.10 times 10 raised to negative 6. Okay? Your L is what? Do you have the letter L? No. Your L is just, hindi, meron pala tayong dito, hindi, but this is for part B. To find the resistance per unit length, unit length. The word unit. So it means you will just assume that your length is 1. Okay? 1. However, when it comes to area, sir, how do we find the area? It is millimeter. Yes, we will go into square it. But, again, we need to understand the area of the radius of a 22 gauge wire. So, which means, if it is radius, then it is something circular. Right? If it is something circular, if it has a radius. So, if you're going to remember the area of a circle, okay, is just pi r squared. Okay? So that is why what? Your area will be pi multiplied by your r squared is 0.32 times 10 raised to negative 3 squared. Again, this is the formula for the area of the circle. So I can just rewrite this. I can just have pi multiplied by 0.32 times 10 raised to negative 3 squared. So that I can just have our resistivity. Okay? What is my resistivity?
3.42.
Okay. It is 3.42 ohms. Okay? Thank you. And now, next, for letter B. For letter B, the potential difference. So, it is include the voltage. It is just simple, guys. Ohm's law. The basic of Ohm's law. I is equal to V over R. Okay? Now, if you have this I, V over R, your I is equal to, walang kinalaman na. There's no need for the compute for length. Your V is equal to 10. Sir, what is our R? Yun, 3.42. It is the resistance of the wire. 3.42. Okay? So, volts, ohm, what is the answer?
2.92.
3.92
po.
okay. 2.42.
92 po.
2.92. Which is approximately equal to 3, 3 amperes na lang.
Yes po.
Galing to sa 2.92 amperes. Okay? So, this is now your current. Okay? It is just, kinda, hindi man sobrang far, but it is in the range of our answer. Okay, it is just 3.1 because again, computed to, it is the exact value. What we have computed, guys, is the exact value. It is just estimated kasi in this particular answer key, the answer key is based from the round off of the given. So that is why it is kind of different, but still it is acceptable. Ano? Next. Okay, now we have this. Last one, problem solving, but another topic. So, special topic, superconductors. So, another topic na naman po ito. This is another topic, and this is one of, sir, does this include po in our long quiz number 3, part 1? Yes. Okay? So, for some materials, their resistance becomes approximately zero below a certain temperature. These materials are called superconductors. So, again, the superconductors are the materials where to the point where in a specific temperature, their resistance becomes absolutely nothing or zero. Okay? So, the specific temperature below which a material exhibits superconductivity is called critical temperature. The temperature where the material achieves their zero resistance is what we call the critical temperature. Superconductivity is discovered in 1911 by Kamerlingh Onnes as he worked with mercury, a superconductor below 4.2 Kelvin. The first superconductor discovered are some metals. They exhibit superconductivity at extremely low temperatures. Okay. More recently discovered superconductors are some ceramic materials with high critical temperatures. So the first superconductors, they are extremely low in temperature, and in the superconductors in ceramic materials recently, or the recent discoveries are they became superconductors in high temperatures. Okay, so do you know do you already get the concept of the superconductor, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Now we have this electrical power. Dapat active kayo dito, ha. Electrical na to. This is more on electrical engineering na. Okay? Consider a simple electric circuit having a voltage source, a conductor, and a resistive load. For example, this. Okay? This is your source. This is the voltage source. And this is a resistive load. Yan. Okay? The rate at which the energy is transferred into the load is, okay? So if this battery will transfer or this energy to the load, so the rate of that is P is equal to VI. That is the general form of the power. I know you're pretty familiar with the formula. Power is equal to voltage times the current. Fun fact, guys, lumabas to sa ECE board exam. The computed, although it is not in electrical engineering board exam, it is the one that appeared in the board exam in April, in my time, in the board exam. There are 4 or 5 questions in the electronics part that you will need to solve for the power. Sir, P is equal to VI and P is equal to I squared times R. Yes, that is the only formula that you're going to solve. Sir, meron ba talagang ganun sa board exam? Does that happen really in the board exam? Yes. In our cases, ganun siya. But in the 5 questions, only 2, I managed to get only 2 out of 5 because the other 3 questions doesn't possess any formula that I know. I didn't know what formula they're going to use. They have different givens. Out of the 5 questions, only the 2 questions have the voltage, the current, the resistance. So I use P is equal to VI and P is equal to I squared times R. But for the remaining 3 questions, I didn't know what to do because there's something missing, so that I cannot really apply the formula. So I just guess. I just make an educated guess. So, fun fact, lumalabas to sa board exam. P is equal to VI, P is equal to I squared times R. As simple as that in the board exam. So, electrical power refers to the rate at which the electrical energy is expended. The unit of electrical power is watt, W. Okay? So 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. So Joule's law. What do you mean by Joule's law? The heating of a material when electric current passes through it is due to the resistance of the material. Again, just like what we have, the resistance is the opposition to the flow of the electric current. That is why if there's an opposition, the material tends to get higher, tends to be heated. Okay? So what is the Joule's law trying to say? Thus, energy is dissipated in the material in the form of heat, since the energy or the current is being opposed by, then the energy in the inside of the conductor is being dissipated in the form of heat. So, what does this Joule's law trying to say? The Joule's law states that the rate at which heat is dissipated in a linear conductor is proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. Again, the rate at which heat is dissipated in a linear conductor is proportional to the square of the current flowing through it. Okay? So, the more the current that flows through the surface, the more the heat will dissipate. The more heat will be dissipated. Okay? So, again, this italicized is the Joule's law. Again, this italicized law is the Joule's law. Binibigyan ko na ngayon ng hint. I already giving you a hint. The Joule's law is in this in this italicized. If you know, guys, you know. Ano? Next. Again, P is equal to I squared times R, just like what I have mentioned earlier. This statement is called the Joule's law. Okay? So this is the Joule's law in mathematical approach, and this is the Joule's law's statement. Ano? This is the Joule's law citation, guys. Okay? If you know, you know. Ano? Now, let us try. A copper conductor has a diameter of 0.6 inches and it is 1,200 feet long. Assume that it carries a total of DC current of 50 amperes. A. Find the total resistance of the conductor. B. What current density exists in it. C. What is the DC voltage between the conductor ends. D. How much power is dissipated in the wire. Okay, let us have first the R. Ano? The R. So your R here is equal to R pala. Okay, for your letter A, don't worry, this is the last problem solving. R pala, R times rho LA, or the resistivity of material, times A. So rho is, what is your rho? If you can just recall, the resistivity of the copper is 1.68 times 10 raised to negative 8. Ano? And your L, your length is what? Sir, it is 1,200 feet long. But again, we only accept in meters. Ano? We only accept in meters. So that is why we will going to transform this 1,200 feet Okay, so it is equivalent to what? It is equivalent to 356.76 meters. Next po is 0. Next. Dito, ano, let us have this 0.6 inches. So 2 meters. So it is just 0.6. The conversion is 0.6 multiplied by 0.0254. Okay, and then we will going to have 0.01524 meters. Okay, now that you have this copper conductor, this diameter, again sir, diameter, okay, di ba diameter yan? So sir, di ba if it is a diameter, again this contains that is circular. Okay, it is circular. Now I know that it is circular. My area is equal to pi r squared. But sir, the given is diameter itself. So that is why I will going to divide the diameter into 2. So this is why I will be having pi multiplied by my 0.6 is 0.01524 all over 2 because again, this is diameter squared. Can you guys follow?
Sir.
Yes po. Yes po.
Okay. So it is
Sir, hindi po ba
approximately
dun?
so it is approximately equal. Okay. It is approximately equal to 1.8482 times 10 raised to negative 4. Wait lang guys. Wait for a moment. It is 1.82 times 10 raised to negative 4. Ang area, meter squared, because this is the area. Okay? So, this is your A. So again, guys, you can just ignore the engineering notation as long as it is not the final answer. What we are concerned is the final answer. It is engineering notation. So, I can just rewrite 1.82 times 10 raised to negative 4. Okay? And then your length. What is your length? 1,200 feet. Your length is 356.76. 356.76. Again, it is in terms of meters. So, I will have, anong aking have? It is approximately, if I'm not mistaken,
0.0329.
okay, 0.0329 daw. Thank you. Ohms. Okay. Next, letter
Sir,
B.
0.345.
Hindi, mas tama si yung 0.0329.
Sir, hindi
Okay,
po ba dun
next.
sa ano po?
Sir, yung 2
1,200.
times 0.3408 po is equal to 365.
Yun po.
So anong pinaka-final resistance natin pag kinompute natin to?
0.0337 po.
0.034.
Okay, thank you. Something like that yung sagot eh. 0.337. 0.337. Okay, letter B. What current density exists? So the current density is just J is equal to, again, if you have given the current and you have the A, you can just have this. Your I over A. So you can just rewrite your I is equal to 50 amperes. Your A is what? Your area is, again, here. 1.82 times 10 raised to 4. 1.82 times 10 raised to negative 4. Then your answer will be what, guys?
274725.2
Oh, 'di ba? Sauluhin mo nga 'yon. Sige nga. Okay, sauluhin mo nga. Slow down, guys. De joke lang. Paano paki-slow down po ng konti. Anong sagot?
274725
2747
25
25
point
point
2747
2747. Tama na 'yan, DM. Tama na. DM nga.
Yes po.
Okay. Paalis na. May dumaan lang sa akin first year, guys. Gagawa kang plate. Saan? Kina Kima?
Dito sa bahay mo.
Nax. Anong oras kayo natapos ka ba? 2? Okay. Ayan. Next, letter C. Okay. What is your answer in letter C? Serve. Current DC voltage. Madali lang yan, guys. Mas madali pa yan mas madali pang i-memorize yan kaysa sa i-memorize yung pangalan ng mga klase nyo. V is equal to IR. Okay? Your I is, of course, 50 amperes. Your R is, of course, 0.0337. So this will be approximately 1.68 volts. Tama?
Yes po. Tama po.
Okay. So this is your answer in R. This is your answer in B. This is your answer in C. Sir, may ganito po ba sa exam? More probably, yes. Makakasama to sa mga exam. Kasi madami kayong problem solving, guys. Ha? Again, madami kayong problem solving for your long quiz. Madami-dami yung problem solving. But again, wala masyado complicated. There is no complicated problem solving so far. Tama, lang to. Easy lang to. D is what? Your D is power dissipated. P is equal to IV. Pwede rin naman I squared R. Sir, can we use I squared times R? Yes, pwede rin naman. Dito ang gamitin yung R. Pero kasi pagpapahirapan ko pa, I squared ko pa. Instead of doing that, I can just write my I is 50 and my volts it's 1.68 instead of having squared pa. Okay? So this is 82.4 watts. Okay po? Gets yan, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes po.
Well, dapat tinuturoan nyo si Miss Pio ng Tagalog, di ba? Nakihina nyo naman eh. Hindi nyo tinuturoan si Miss Pio. Makasarili kayo, guys. Okay. Continuity of current. Ito na, ito medyo mahabang concept lang to, pero this is the last concept that we have. Consider a conductor region bounded by a closed surface S. The volume charge density of the region bounded by the surface is rho v. The current leaving the surface is described as the volume current density, which is J. For example, this is your surface. And in this closed surface, the volume charge density is the surface, which is the rho sub v. Okay? So the total current through the entire surface is equivalent to I of t is equal to again, this is the closed integral because it is in a closed surface, J dot ds. The rate at which charge leave the surface equals the rate at which the charge is diminishing in the bounded region. Thus, I of t is equal to negative dq over dt. Ito lang naman, it is just, guys, continuity of the current. So, most of this naman is for concept. Even though there is problems right here, I didn't include any problems in continuity of the current. So, you can breathe, because there is no problem solving that I will include in the continuity of current because it is too complicated for you guys. However, Q can be written in terms of the charge density. So your Q can be the integral of rho v dv. Okay. So if you're going to combine these two equations, you can have the continuity of the current J dot ds is equal to negative d over dt times the integral of the rho v dv. Okay. So this is the equation of the continuity in integral form. However, some of these can appear in fill in the blanks or in some conceptual questions. So this is the equation of continuity in the integral form. I will give you a hint. If you're going to have this formula, because some of your classmates says, sir, there are too much formula. Of course, guys, you will not memorize these two formulas. You will not memorize this. You will memorize just this formula because if there will be some items that will appear in your long quiz, this is the one, not these two topic, not these two formulas, because this is the combination of these two. This is the summarization of these two existing formulas. Okay, so you don't need to really memorize everything. You need to strategize and pick the formulas that you're going to memorize. You don't need to memorize everything. Okay, so equation of the continuity. The equation of the continuity is a mathematical expression of the law of conservation of charges. It states that any change in the charge in a region must be accompanied by a flow of charge across the surface bounding the region. Okay, so what does the equation of continuity states or citates? any change in the charge in a region must be accompanied by a flow of charge across the surface bounding the region. Sarap nito, Tig to 2 points citation. Again, this is your formula for the continuity in integral form. Applying divergence theorem in the left-hand side. So this will be just the integral, the closed integral of j dot ds is equal to the integral of nabla dot j dv. Okay, so you just apply the divergence theorem. So the derivative, so you have the equation of continuity in the integral form. Now we have the equation of continuity in the point form. Okay, the derivative on the left side can be replaced by a partial derivative because the volume is stationary. So by comparing the left and right hand side, okay, this is now the equation of continuity in the point form. Okay, so even though you will not going to solve any problems here, I am expected that you are familiarizing yourself to the formula. Mahaba talaga to, guys. Again, the coverage is still long. So that is why I am giving you a hint already. Mag-aral na talaga kayo. Wala na talaga kayo. No? Paubos na lang, paubos, guys, ang time nyo. Okay? Ang dami. Sasama ko talaga mga yan. Equation of continuity in the point form. So the above equation may be interpreted as the changing charge densities are the sources of current density. Again, this is just for an add-on topics. That is why I'm including this. But really, wala siya masyado dito. Effect. Equation of the continuity for steady current. If the current through a given medium is steady, so your current density must be constant and there can never be any change in charge density. Thus, this the closed integral of j dot ds is equal to 0, where nabla dot j is equal to 0. This equation states that the net steady current in a closed surface is 0. If we let the closed surface shrink to a point, the integral form may be interpreted as the summation of current is equal to 0. Familiar sa summation of current is equal to 0? Familiar dito? Sinong familiar dito? Sa part na to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir Miss Pio. So since you say yes, why is it you're familiar with this? Do you see something like this, or do you see something familiar with this summation of I is equal to 0? And if you saw, or if you are already familiar with this, can you state what it is? What makes this familiar to you?
We studied that in circuits.
In
It
circuits.
is about QCL. The current
Okay.
in plus current out equal to 0, sir.
Okay, very good. +1 for the short quiz number 3. Because technically, it is in KCL. Wala naman to sa previous presentation ko, kasi because I recently added this topic. The above expression is the statement of the Kirchhoff's current law, KCL. So see what Emags is really connected in your circuits. So that is why in circuits you are involved mostly in the circuits itself, but in the Emags, what is the principle behind that circuit? Okay, so Emags and circuits are just like siblings. They are just connected subjects, connected courses. Kaya nga in your machines, the prerequisite for your machines next semester is electromagnetics and circuits 1, because you cannot understand what machine will you cannot understand the operations of a specific machine if you didn't understand the principles behind that, which is explained by electromagnetics, and the circuits that operate that, which is explained in your circuits 1. That is why it is 2 prerequisite subjects. And that is my only subjects that I have impact on. So if you're going to fail this subject, then you will never, or you cannot take machines. Okay, because again, Emags explain the concept behind the circuits. The circuits is for the practical application, but the concept behind the circuits is explained by electromagnetics. Okay, so again, it is stated in KCL, which states that the algebraic sum of all currents in a given point in a circuit is 0. Okay, KCL is thus a consequence of the law of conservation of charge. So remember this as well, KCL is just a result from the conservation or the law of conservation of charge. And that concludes our presentation, guys. 11:30. Mahaba-haba naman. We take up to 3/4 of your time. So do you have any questions or clarifications regarding this one? Do you have any questions and clarifications, guys? Wait lang. Checkin natin. Do you have any questions or clarifications?
Sir.
Yes po.
Kasama na po yan po sa long quiz 3 part 1 po.
Yes, it is already included in your long quiz 3 part 1. Pati yung next lesson natin, our next lesson also, magnetostatics, it is also included in your long quiz part 1. That is why I am urging you again and again to study, because the memorization is piled up already. Dami yung sasauluhin formula, daming laws na kinakailangan yung there are too much laws that you must remember, terms that you must familiarize, and everything. Formulas, terms, concepts, etc. The laws itself, piled up na siya, guys. Kaya again, if you'll just review that 4 days, 5 days, 3 to 4 days from now, then you will fail the exam. I'm pretty sure, because this is a hard exam, hard one. No. So again, I will upload another presentation here, because the material that I posted yesterday was not updated. So I will update the material. So I will update the material part 2. I will update the material here. Okay, but I will not create another presentation or another material. So you can just go again to the materials that I posted, and you should be able to see the updated version. Okay, so I will include this updated version on our next meeting after the O8. After the O8, because the O8 is 002. The O8 schedules is 12 to 2 p.m. So after 2 p.m., I will upload this. I will update the material in the post. Okay, so I will not create another post, but I will just update the posted material. So I will delete the existing one and replace by this updated one. Okay, so again, for your topic, just after maybe 2 to 3 p.m., just look at the posted material and it should be updated. Okay? Yes, Mr. Pilias.
Sir, just to make sure po, no, ang starting point po ng lesson na kasama po sa quiz ay Gauss law up to this point po, di ba?
Yes po. At hanggang yung susunod na magnetostatics. 5 ang lesson na kasama ng long quiz number 3.
Hanggang
part 1.
Yung lesson po ng Saturday, di ba?
Yes po. Yes. Thank you. Yes po. Okay. Pero yung magnetostatics is I will be giving you guys that material Wednesday, so that you will have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday until Saturday to review that, because in Saturday that is just where we going to have magnetostatics. So it is very unfair for you guys that if you will be taking the quiz on Sunday and the magnetostatics will be discussed on Saturday, so you will just have a very little preparation for that. So instead, I will give you advance the magnetostatics on Wednesday, so that you can have your presentation. You can have an advanced study. You can do an advanced study, and by the time that we are discussing that on Saturday, you already know a lot in magnetostatics, because I already gave you in advance. Okay, so that is the reason why I am going to give you magnetostatic lesson Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, so another one po, meron pa? Yes, Mr. Pilias.
Lang po, Present po ako. Di lang po ako nakapag-attendance kanina since kanina
Okay, present.
yung
Sige.
down yung wifi po namin.
Meron, okay. Sige, noted. So, do you have any, sige, let us have an attendance ulit to check whether you are here.